everybody. I don't know how is your week going? Can you believe I just started this live Facebook and the jacuzzi down here? The motor just went on, so hopefully that won't be disturbing. Sometimes, well, actually many times in my life, I feel this natural inclination to just get a little bit crazy. In being so serious about what life is about and how committed I can be to that and how I can surrender and be of service and test my boundaries and uh, know the dark and the light places within myself. In all of that, one of the things that has been a personal gift for me is actually just being a little crazy. And what does that mean? It means that not always, but many times I find that in moments when it's uncomfortable, in uncertainty and darkness and confusion, I find that there's something kind of spunky that rises up within me to cultivate a gift of long suffering at times, patience at times, zaniness at times, and almost just kind of a little bit of an edge, but an edge in the most compassionate sense of that word. Not an edge in like a fuck you kind of edge, but an edge in a yeah, let's do this kind of edge. And not even with the certainty that giving my all to that craziness is going to reap the fruit for which I hope for myself or for others, but it seems to give the momentum to the grace, the saying yes to the grace in the moment. And I had that opportunity today. So I'm back in Colorado after being with a lot of family. I hope to post an album sometime today. And it's awesome. You know, I love my home here. I love Colorado. I never tire of the mountains before me. And look at my backyard again is looking in this afternoon. It's so sunny. We're right here in the fall and the aspens have turned colors and other trees are turning colors. So I love it. My heart is so happy here. And every time I'm with family, I have to really adjust once I leave my family. There's a sense of fullness and relaxation and belonging that happens with family. And then when I move away from family and I'm back by myself, again, still connected with friends locally and, of course, friends all around the world at this point, there's still this adjustment. And the adjustment for me is this feeling of emptiness. And in the face of that feeling of emptiness, the emotions that come forward from me are sadness. Yeah, kind of a whew feel. And when I first got back, I thought I'd be like riding high because I'm so glad to be here for 8 days before I travel again for work. And I wasn't. I was actually just immediately sunk into the emptiness of longing for that level of intimacy that I have with family even more in my daily life, which is again filled with so many deep connections and at the same time has a high degree of solitude. My inner daily circle is heightened by a container that's far more solitary. And so I was feeling it these past couple days. And as I was driving back from the gym today, I let myself not hold it at arm's length. And so I'm driving back in my car and I'm crying because I miss being with my family and just being in the same room. It doesn't have to be something in particular. You know what that's like when you have that feeling of relaxation into relationships. And I just let myself feel the emptiness and, of course, then feel the sadness and the certain sense of discouragement that I'd like that part of my daily life. And I was crying on the way home. And as I was crying, it was so right because the tears are a reminder. They're a reminder that I'm human, that I'm tender, that I'm whole, that I'm in relationship and made for relationship, that I'm not hardened and rigid. And in it, though, the question arose, what's my call right here and right now? And that's what I want to share with you today, what the call was. The call was the reminder to get a little crazy. And how is that showing up today? The phrase humdrum came to me. So what does that phrase mean to you, humdrum? For me, it means things are a little flat. Humdrum. Either life seems a little flat, or I or you seem a little flat in the experience of life, whatever it may be. It's just kind of a plateau or a unaffected, unmoved state, emotionally and psychologically, more than anything else. And so I was like, wow, I just feel humdrum. I feel in the emptiness, I feel humdrum. And so what I started to do as I got that little niggling to get a little crazy, I made it into a mantra. So a mantra is a phrase that has a poignancy or a potency to it that moves us. And I could get into much more sophistication around mantra since I work with them a lot and work with people with them a lot. But let's just take it at that humdrum is just simply this phrase that ignites us, that is a potent catalyst within us. So I'm like, well, humdrum, that sounds kind of like a mantra. So I started in the car creating it into a sound. Humdrum. Humdrum. Not in a way that I was trying to get out of my state of emptiness. Not in a way to kind of resolve it and come out a master and have my stability, but just because it was a little crazy. It was a little out there. And as I was doing it, I could feel within my heart and within my gut, I could feel this rising, sweet little bit of joy. And I was laughing at myself. I'm like, well, my craziness is making humdrum something that's funny and worthwhile. So while we may say, who wants to be humdrum? Do you want to be humdrum? Do you want life to be humdrum? Nobody really wants that. That's so blah. But in the humdrum, my own zaniness could let the very syllables touch the innate, essential nature, which really is quite content. I've noticed that when I feel emptiness, it is in marriage with an immediate response that has a certain discontent. I feel empty. Oh, I don't want to feel empty. What do I need to do? And in the emptiness, just humming and drumming actually shifted me out of the emptiness. But my share today is get a little crazy and find out what your little craziness is, because we're all a little crazy. You can't go through this life that sometimes makes sense and more often than not doesn't make sense. You can't go through it with any sort of equanimity if you're not a little bit crazy. So if you're feeling empty and it spurs a little humdrumness, make it into a mantra. Now I used 2 tones. Hum, drum, hum, drum. You could do it all on 1 tone. You could vary it and make it into a song. But what I did when I uttered those syllables is I let myself feel the humdrum. Like really feel it. That I was that empty. And wow, do you know how long toning that was before everything in me shifted? 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So anyway, I hope you're making it a little crazy out there. Great to be with you. Have a fantastic day. And if you're feeling a little empty or feeling discontent, Humdrum is here as a tool. I love you all. Bye. Mwah.